It's preparing. We're live now.
Woo!
Woo! Hi, everyone on YouTube. My name is Adriana Cervantes with Shepherd Youth, and I have two friends with me today on our live. I'm so excited to have them. I have Emma. Emma, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everyone.
And I have Bridget. Bridget, say hi. Okay, so let's start with Emma. Emma, what grade are you in?
I am in 10th grade going into 11th. So now 11th grade.
Wow. So 11th grade. So you're a junior.
Yeah.
You know what? Junior year is pretty fun. Because it's like you don't have all the responsibility and stress of being a senior, but you're like an upperclassman.
Yeah.
You're going to enjoy that. Okay, Bridget. So what grade are you in?
I'm going into 6th grade.
Going into 6th grade, so you haven't even been at Shepherd Youth technically yet, like in like a service.
Right.
But I had you summer with Shepherd Youth and we had some fun. We had a blast.
Oh, yeah. I loved.
Oh yeah, we did.
So much.
Oh, I love you too. Okay, well, my two friends and everyone who's joining us on YouTube, say hi. Oh, Sasha says hi, and Hiram. Hiram says Emma on TV again.
Going
into 6th grade youth.
Oh gosh. Okay, well, come join us on the YouTube. Oh, we have Mechanical Factory Studios. Hi, what's your name? Tell us your name so I know who you are other than Mechanical Factory Studios. Unless that's your name. That'd be pretty cool. But we're going to play a game. So everybody who's watching, you can answer your questions. The game that we're playing today is Name 3. And it's a special Name 3. It's not like Name 3 fruits where you have to like figure out what things are. This Name 3 is a get to know you Name 3, and it's quarantine edition because we're all in quarantine and life has changed and our favorites have changed. And I kind of want to know your guys' favorites. So Emma, Bridget, are you ready to play?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and you guys respond in the chat too, along with us. So here we go. The first Name 3, and we can start with Bridget. Name your 3 favorite quarantine snacks.
Okay,
So during
my
quarantine.
3 quarantine snacks are these little pretzel things with hummus, and I really, really, really like beef jerky.
Oh yes.
And my third one is like peanut butter crackers.
Ooh, yes.
They're
I'm
really
here for all of that. So good. Okay, Emma, you 3 favorite quarantine snacks.
Oh, okay. So my sister makes chocolate covered strawberries a lot, so those.
Ooh, oh my word, you're so spoiled.
I know, it's great. Let's see. Probably, I just had 3 great ones and I forgot. Probably definitely apples and peanut butter because it's just easy and it's like kind of healthy, kind of not. It's got that little peanut butter that's a little questionable. And I would definitely say Gushers. I love Gushers. They're so
Tell me
good.
why I forgot those existed. Of course they do.
It's like one of those like
are really good
snacks. That's like,
and there's a surprise inside.
Exactly.
Those are so good. Oh, you know what I remembered existed today? Pop Rocks. Do you guys like Pop Rocks?
No.
No, they make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, me too. We did a
slightly like
experiment with gum and no.
I get you. I was always afraid that something was going to happen in my throat when I ate them. But
like if I don't feel it, just like, ugh.
What's happening in my stomach?
Yeah.
Okay, well, everyone watching, send us your favorite quarantine snacks. We want to know. Mine would have to be just chips. I just love me some chips. Anything carbs? Yes. And popcorn. Love it. Okay, I have the next one for us while everyone is sending in their suggestions. Your 3 favorite quarantine desserts.
Oh,
Whoever is ready. I'm ready if you're not ready, but if either of you are ready, go for it.
you two can go first. I'm still thinking.
Okay. My favorite quarantine dessert would be, we get like those little like ice cream tubs, and I get dairy free because I can't have dairy. Okay, don't judge me.
Yeah,
But
same.
like the dairy free ice creams are
Are you okay?
Fruit freeze too.
What happened? Do you know what happened?
No idea.
Hmm.
Well, okay, so it's just us two now. So we'll continue on with the questions. What are your 3 favorite quarantine desserts?
Okay, my favorite dessert, we make these mango popsicles. We get these mango popsicles, and we also get these dairy free because I can't have dairy because yeah. And they're really good. They're like chocolate fudge, and they're so good. And there's these pineapple yummy popsicle things, and they're really good. So those are really good.
Those sound awesome, actually. My
Mhm.
3 favorites would probably be my mom makes these little like things where she makes like homemade coffee ice cream almost. So she'll take a scoop of
Oh,
ice cream and pour coffee on it, and it's so good. So I eat that like every night. And then cookie dough, of course. I
oh,
don't cook the cookies. I just eat the cookie dough, which is super
Same.
unhealthy. Should not do that, but it's still super good. And then the chocolate strawberries again, because who doesn't love chocolate strawberries?
Who doesn't? I mean, I used to
Yeah.
have them all the time because my mom used to make them.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
All right, let's move on to question 3 because I have the questions on my phone too.
Okay.
Um, favorite quarantine shows?
Oh, okay. Well, the Babysitters Club. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I have. I just saw that out on Netflix.
And then I love Food Network, so I watch a lot of Food Network. And
Mm,
one more. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, mostly cooking.
no,
Cooking, Food Network, and Babysitters Club.
those are so fun to like watch.
Mhm.
Like just seeing how people react in those situations. I was like, I would never make that, but I would make this, and
Yeah,
I'd be like,
same.
I would do so bad under pressure. So
Mhm.
my favorite shows at the moment are probably I'm watching this show called Gilmore Girls, and it's about like this mom and her daughter, and they like love coffee and all this kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And let's see what else. I would say, oh, that's literally all I watch right now. That's probably my only favorite quarantine show.
Yeah.
Um, I finished everything else. Umbrella Academy, Stranger Things. I'll just say those two because I know them.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. And
Hi.
Umbrella Academy, yes. Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes, yes,
really?
yes, yes, yes. Girl, I watched it in 2 days.
Same.
Well,
Oh my gosh, same. It was really bad,
yeah.
but amazing. Like good.
I had to stop. I can't be on the TV that long.
Well, that's good.
That's
You know why? Because your brain isn't turning to mush and ours are. So
just
good for
slowly.
you. Okay, so what question are you guys on then?
We were on
We are yes. Time for 4.
On the shows. Okay. What about movies? Favorite quarantine movies?
definitely Tinkerbell. That's one of them. Greatest Showman. And what's it called? Aladdin.
Aladdin. Wait, do you mean the new one?
Yeah.
That one was good.
Yeah.
Mhm. They did really, it was really cool what they did with that live action one.
Yeah. I watched the behind the scenes.
Very cool. Emma?
Okay, so mine is probably Pitch Perfect 1. I
Yes.
love the first one. Sandlot, the first one, like with Benny the Jet and all them, and I'm like, I love.
Yes.
And then probably 3 Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks. Girl, that's
Yeah.
an oldie.
Yeah, I saw it on Disney Plus and I started watching it and now I love it.
That's like my generation. That's so fun. Oh my word. I love that. I'm not prepared for this question. I've watched so many movies. Oh, I watched all the Jurassic Parks again. The
Wow,
older
that's
ones.
good.
I love the classic ones. And so I watched them out of order because I've seen the first one so many times. So I skipped to the third one and then the second and then the first. But
Mhm.
Shepherd Youth, you gotta watch Jurassic Park. It's not real, so don't be scared, but it's good. Okay, let's just do a few more and then we can jump into just talking life and Jesus. But before we do that, okay, ooh, this is a good question because I feel like a lot of people watching will need to, hear your advice. What are 3 ways that you stay connected with your friends during quarantine, which I know has been hard. So, which one of you want to answer first?
I'll go, or I don't care.
Up to you.
Bridget, go for it.
Okay. I really just FaceTime and like text, and sometimes I do like stuff with my friends, like they draw with me or like virtually something like that. We play
That's
on
fun.
Yeah.
Aw, love that. Emma, how do you connect with your friends during quarantine?
Okay, so obviously I FaceTime a lot, like too much
So-
almost, probably, but a lot. And then secondly, me and my friend are watching this show together, so we do Netflix party with each other. So that's a great way.
Yes.
Because it helps a lot. And like I hosted like a movie night kind of, and like a bunch of my friends, we all watched. It wasn't really a movie though. We watched Outer Banks together over like a week.
Uh-huh.
So we did all that, and then 3 is we had this lunch table before school like closed down and all that, and we made a group chat called like the lunch table basically. And so
Aw.
every day, like in between classes and stuff, and we still use it. We would talk about like how our classes went so far, like it was actually like
Yeah.
we were in school. So we still use
Yeah.
that group chat now, and we text every day.
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah.
really good. Like
something
I
similar.
also yes, the group chats, they kind of help keep that community together because it's one thing to like FaceTime one person, but then when you're all getting to talk together, it gives you that like we're kind of hanging out a little bit. Me and my friends, we either send each other like videos of like instead of just texting each other, we'll send each other like over Instagram like videos of what we're saying next so that we're seeing each other's faces, or voice memos instead of texting because it's like I'm hearing how they're saying it, and so it kind of feels more like, oh, I'm actually talking to them. So that's kind of what we do. I love the watching like shows together because then you also get to talk about show. Like, my word, I can't believe they did that.
Yeah.
So fun. Okay, well, let's get into Bridget. We want to hear your story today. We want to hear, how you experienced Jesus and how he's affected your life. So we know that you're new to Shepherd Youth. That's something that we kind of said up top. But you joined us for summer with Shepherd Youth, and you enjoyed it, right? You liked that time you were in my group.
Yeah, I really liked having the interaction with you and Ruby, and I learned so much that I didn't even know, and it was awesome because my mind was blown. I was like, okay, I'm definitely doing D groups, and this is gonna be on, and this is gonna be fun.
Yes, yes. I'm so glad that you felt that way because we went through the same thing that you guys went through, Emma, like seniors, like juniors. We went through the same like topics every week. And I agree. I thought it was just, we talked about real things that everyone is going to deal with if they haven't dealt with it. So I agree. It was just such a good time to learn about life together. So, Bridget, when did you become a follower of Jesus? Because you're pretty young. So,
Yeah.
when did that happen for you? And tell us a little bit about that.
So I was, because if you didn't know, I had a brain tumor and I had to go through cancer, and now I'm actually cancer free. But at that time, I was only just a tiny bit of cancer free. I was still in there, kind of. So I was going to this VBS up in Big Bear, and because I really liked their church, and we did this fun VBS, and I was learning so much about God, connecting with Him, learning how to write to Him in my devotions. And the next thing you know, God speaks to me on the way home from VBS.
Wow.
And that night, we went to my my uncle actually baptized me in his church, so it was
Wow.
mm-hmm.
That is so cool. Oh,
Yeah.
what a powerful testimony. So tell us more about that, Bridget, the miracle that God did in your life and that time that you saw that God like really delivered you.
Yeah. So I was 7, and
Wow.
I had no idea what was going on. And I was just like, how are we going to get through this? My mind was like, what do we do? And
Yeah.
when when I was going through chemo, when I was doing all this radiation, we sang songs, my mom read the Bible to me, and then that just kept my connection going. And then we started getting people to learn about more Jesus, and
Yeah,
we
in the
met so
hospital,
many
right?
people, and like I was the inspirement for everyone around me, and
Yeah.
I felt like God put me in that position so I could learn about Him more.
Wow. And like, so you were sharing Jesus in the midst of this to people who were like right next to you in the hospital?
Yeah.
That's amazing. What made you want to do that? Like,
I'm actually not quite sure. I didn't really know about like God and everything. I was just like, just blah blah blah, doing at church, and I didn't really know that much until after the whole entire thing that happened.
yeah.
And it was amazing. I mean, like, it was like a whole new world. I changed, my attitude changed, and I wasn't like, okay, I don't want to go to church or whatever. I want to listen and learn more, grow in my faith.
Yeah. So good. And like, I'm sure that it was a hard time, like, and even scary at times. Like,
Oh,
how did you, like, I know that we say this phrase a lot, but like, how did you keep your faith? Like, even when it was hard, because you were experiencing some really hard seasons. How did you keep your faith and your trust in God?
I just had to pray, and He can do everything. He can do a miracle.
Yeah.
And me and my mom would sing this song every time I would go through something hard, and it would just get me back up again. God said, you know what? It's going to be fine, and you're going to get through this.
Wow. So, yeah, worship really does change things. Like, I'm sure, Emma, you've experienced that too. Like, you're going through a hard time and you might not feel it at first, but you start worshiping God and saying who He is, like, over yourself and over your situation, and it's healing. Like, it truly is healing because you remember, oh, God's got this. Like,
Yeah.
He made the stars. Oh, he's got this and He loves me. Yeah.
Even this time, I still have to sing that song because I have to get a checkup every 6 months to see if the tumor has grown. And I just, because I have an MRI on Monday, and
Wow.
we could all pray, who those who are watching.
Yes, we
So
will.
I won't be nervous, and that will come out clear, because it's been a tough time, because the insurance, we had something with insurance and they had to cancel everything. So please pray.
Yes, we will pray. We will pray. So you talked about like worship is a way that you connect with God. What is another way that you connect most with God right now?
Doing my devotions every day. If I don't do my devotions, I just lose my connection with God, and it's just like, oh, God is not important. But every time if I see Shepherd Youth, it's like, I need to get back to my devotions. I need to keep in my faith. I need to pray. I need to do everything to help me get more in my faith.
Yeah. No, that's so good. Like at such a young age that you know that, like something as simple as reading our Bible, as doing a devotion. I think we're like, I don't need to do it. But we don't realize like if I don't talk to God, it's the same as if I don't talk to my friend, if I don't FaceTime my friend, watch a show with my friend, I'm going to lose that connection. And then when I go to talk to them, it's going to be weird. I'm going to be like, oh, hi. Like the same thing happens with God. So like for me, I like to I just started this actually during quarantine. I will listen to the Bible, because you know how you can do that on the Bible app. I'll like listen to it as I go to sleep, because I'm like, oh, I want to meditate on it. So like I'm going to sleep and I'm hearing the word of God, and I'm like, transform my mind, God, like as I go to sleep. And that's even helped me, because it gives me peace, and I'm like meditating on his truth before I go to bed. Emma, is there a way that like you connect with God most?
During quarantine, I have this journal, and I use it kind of as like my prayer journal, and I use it as if I'm like talking to God about my problems, because sometimes like I'll just like put my journal down and just start talking to myself almost, but it's like I'm talking to God, and I just like kind of go back to like I had this thing with I don't know if it was Shepherd or like another retreat, but they were like, just imagine like God sitting in a chair right in front of you and just have a conversation. So like I do that a lot, but I found like sometimes I would like not pay attention enough. So I started using my journal as that way to like communicate with him. So I'll be like, God, I'm really struggling with this right now, and I'll write it down, and I'll write a bunch of things down, and then I'll close my journal, and the next day I'll like look back and be like, oh, today like I didn't have to worry about that and stuff like that.
Yes, that's so good. And it helps you focus. So true. It helps you really think about what you're saying. And then you get to look back and see, wow, I was really struggling with that a month ago, and God delivered me from it. Or I didn't even know God was doing this in my life like a month ago. And it kind of, because sometimes we'll pray for things and we'll forget that we prayed for it, and God will have done it, and we're like just living our life. And so it's so good to have like a way to look back and see what I said to God, where I was. I have journals from when I was like your guys' age.
Whoa.
And like I'd come back from camp and I'm like, God, why don't I feel you? Blah, blah, blah. So to look back at those and to see how faithfulness changes my relationship with God, like it's been insane. So keep doing that, because it's really cool to look back. Okay, so last question for you, Bridget. Do you have advice for anyone your age or older who might be going through a hard time and might be struggling to trust Jesus?
Yes, I do. I have a couple things. I would just pray, sing to him. I just make my own songs.
Yes.
He loves it. And just keep trust in him and believe he's gonna get us through this, and it's gonna be okay.
Yeah. So good. So good. And Emma, I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot, but do you have any advice for someone your age who might be going through a hard time right now, and it might be hard for them to trust Jesus?
I would say it might be a little hard if you're not like fully connected, And I think you just kind of need to find your way to connect with him. Some people it's through worship, some people it's through writing their thoughts down, other people it's just talking to him. And I
Yeah.
think everyone just kind of needs to find their like click with God almost.
Yes, that's so good. Like, because for some people too, I remember at camp we had you guys do this. You were in camp, Emma. Our breakouts were different ways to connect with God, and one of them was hiking. We had people, we led a hike where we had them like, and they had like written out prayer guides of like, notice something in creation. What does that remind you about God? Because some people, they need to be doing physical things to connect with the Lord. And other people, we had like art, like painting, and they connected with God that way, singing. We had a worship breakout where we had them meditate on the words they were singing. There are so many ways outside of a church service. Cooking. God made cooking. He made flavors. He made, and he loves it. He loves all that stuff. So such good advice. Thank you both for being here today and being willing to share like just where you're at in life, quarantine snacks, and in Jesus too, like being real with where you are, because I know that speaks to me, but also to so many students who are exactly where each of you are. So thank you girls so much. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun. Yeah. And Shepherd, thank you for joining us. We love you. We're so glad that you joined us and you were able to watch us today. Please make sure to follow our YouTube channel. I know you're watching right now, but we post videos Monday through Friday, okay? And they're amazing. So make sure to watch those. And next week we have back to school in the main service. And so be sure to watch that online because you're going to see your own friends involved in service, and that's going to be so fun. But other than that, that's all we have for you. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.